Alright, welcome back to another video everyone. Thanks for coming by and checking out my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little comparison between my iPhone 12 that I just unboxed yesterday. I'll put a link to that unboxing if you want to see it. This is the iPhone 12, 64GB blue version, just the base model. And I'm going to be comparing it to my iPhone 8 that I have been using for the last 3 years. And I still love it, so I wanted to see how it compares to the latest and greatest iPhone 12. So some of you may be wondering, why do this comparison? If you're going to get a phone with Touch ID, why not just get the newer iPhone SE? And basically, not everyone wants to buy a brand new phone. Some people want to buy something that's gently used for a lot cheaper. And right now you can find awesome deals on the iPhone 8 on sites like eBay and different marketplaces that less than 200 bucks you can get an iPhone 8. And I wanted to do this comparison to show or to see, how it holds up against the latest and greatest processor, the newest phone, and to see if it can hold its own against it. Or if the difference in speed and processing power is so great that you can't recommend getting an iPhone 8 anymore. So that's the reason for this comparison. Also, there was a lot of you like me that had the iPhone 8, had it for a long time, still love it, but it is getting a little bit slower, it's getting older. Should you upgrade to the newest iPhone 12? Is it that much better? This is the comparison for you as well. So first, let's talk about displays. And this is a major difference between the two of them. On the iPhone 8, you have the 4.7-inch LCD display. That looks nice, but when you compare it to the new iPhone 12, the 6.1-inch OLED display, there's really no comparison here. The colors on the OLED are much richer, much deeper. The blacks are blacker, the whites are whiter. The fonts are easier to read. Everything just pops a little bit more on the iPhone 12. And it's tough to show in this video, but you have to just kind of take my word that the displays, it's not night and day, but this one is far, far better than the iPhone 8. In terms of actual phone size, the iPhone 12 is bigger, as you can see here. Not by a ton, but you do get a lot more screen real estate to work with that bigger phone. So, and that's because iPhone 8 still uses Touch ID. You can see here the fingerprint scanner, so the big bottom and top bezels, whereas the iPhone 12 uses Face ID. It's able to get rid of that bottom bezel, and there's a notch on the top here where Face ID is housed. So that's the reason why you get a ton more screen on the iPhone 12. Now in terms of processing power, the iPhone 8 has the A11 chip, and the iPhone 12 has the newest A14 chip. So that's 3 generations of chips that this one has the advantage of, and I fully expect this one to be faster in just about every single way. But how much faster, and is it worth a huge upgrade, is what I'm really trying to see here. Now, to be fair in this comparison, I made sure that basically all the variables are the same here. They're both running the latest iOS 14.1. They have the same exact apps. They are on the same Wi-Fi network, and all of the apps have been closed. So that should give us a good comparison. And first things first, let's do a little boot up to see which one boots up fastest and by how much. So we'll do it on 3, 2, 1. Apple logo came on first on the iPhone 12. All right, the iPhone 12 is on. iPhone 8 is still loading up here. There it goes. All right, comparing how you get into the phone, the unlock system between Touch ID and Face ID is pretty tough. So you're just gonna have to kind of choose which one you think works best for you, whether you want to use your finger or your face. Either one works great on either one of these devices, so it's kind of up to you which one you like better. But let's start opening up some apps and see how these things perform. So first we'll just do Amazon. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, obviously much faster on the iPhone 12. Let's do Best Buy app. 1, 2, 3. Again, iPhone 12, a lot faster there too. Let's go back here. Let's scroll down to YouTube Kids. My daughter will appreciate that we're doing this one. 1, 2, 3. Looks like the iPhone 12 has about a second lead there in getting to the videos. Let's do, here's LumaFusion for those that use video creation tools. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, again, about a 2-3 second faster times there to get to the app. All right, let's keep going here. Let's do Bleacher Report. 1, 2, 3. Slightly faster on the iPhone 12. Let's keep going. We will do, how about weather? 1, 2, 3. Roughly the same there. We'll keep going. How about Reddit? 1, 2, 3. A couple seconds faster again on the iPhone 12. Nest. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I didn't sign in yet on this brand new phone on Nest, but that one did open up faster. Maps. 1, 2, 3. Again, about a second faster on the iPhone 12. None of this is really shocking so far. The iPhone 8 is, like I said, it's going to be a little bit slower, but how much slower, and is it a huge enough difference to upgrade? All right, now I don't game at all on my phone, so I downloaded one, just the top one on the App Store, just to see how fast it loads up. So this is, I can't even remember, it's Clash of something, but let's tap on it, see how fast it loads up on each one of these. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Clash Royale. So again, opened up a little bit faster on the iPhone 12. Basically into the gameplay around roughly the same time. So let's try some live streaming here. Let's get into things like YouTube TV. 1, 2, 3. About a second faster load up time on the iPhone 12. You can kind of see where the screen real estate comes in, as a big factor here, as you can see a lot more when you're browsing through these things. And as I browse through, while the iPhone 12 is faster in most things, the iPhone 8 is definitely holding up well. All right, let's try turning on some live sports here. 1, 2, 3.
First down and 10.
The boy was after the ball, David Bell. He certainly had to be the man last season when Rondale Moore was out. That would be the case.
Impressive day for the offensive line and the play they run the most, which is the outside zone.
All right, let's check out a few other content streaming apps. Let's try Prime Video. 1, 2, 3. See much faster on the iPhone 12. And let's try YouTube. 1, 2, 3. And just a little bit faster on the iPhone 12 there. Let's try the App Store here. 1, 2, 3. A little bit faster again on the iPhone 12. Scroll through here. Let's try the apps. Arcade. Today. All right, let's try pulling up some web pages here. I got Google pulled up, and they have some content for me that I'm just going to click on stories at the same time so we can see how fast they load. So we'll do this one first. 1, 2, 3. All right, they loaded up basically at the same time. Let's try this next story. 1, 2, 3. Again, basically the same. Let's keep moving down here. Here's the same story. We'll do this one. 1, 2, 3. And basically it's the same again. And we're gonna. So let's check out the cameras to see how fast you can load those up to get a quick picture off. We'll press it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. And roughly the same. Actually, I think the iPhone 8 opened up a little bit faster. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, roughly the same again. Let's do a little speed test here to see how each one of these perform on the same Wi-Fi network. I want to make sure that these are on the same server. And looks like this one needs to change. So we'll change this. US Internet on both of these. All right. So we'll do the iPhone 8 first. All right, let's do the iPhone 12 here. Roughly the same download. Actually, just a tiny bit slower. And same thing with the upload, just a tiny bit slower. That's interesting. Let's try that again. So this is interesting. That's 2 tests in a row that the iPhone 8 actually outperformed the iPhone 12 in a network speed test. Can't really pinpoint why that would be. There may be some signal interference going on with how close these are when I'm running the speed test, but it's very interesting and a little bit concerning. I'm going to keep testing these, but I'll let you guys know if there is an issue here. So let's just take a look at the multitasking and the animations to see how smooth they are, how quickly they run, to see if there's any stutters or slowdowns. So we'll bring up the app drawer here, scroll through them. Obviously on the iPhone 12, not expecting any issues here. On the iPhone 8, again, shuffles through them pretty well. So the dock pulls up, very fast on each one of these. A little bit quicker on the iPhone 12, but overall not much that you can notice a difference. Notifications, again, same thing. Runs a little bit smoother on the iPhone 12, but not a huge difference. If you didn't have them side by side, I don't think you would really notice any difference at all. So going back to what I originally said, I fully expect it to be faster in just about every single way, and it basically is. But how much faster, and is the difference noticeable? I think the iPhone 8 still holds up very well compared to the iPhone 12. Now, it doesn't load up things as fast. It may be a second or two behind in loading an app or loading a game, but when it comes to browsing the internet, just surfing around animations, everything is very snappy still. And in my opinion, I think the big thing that you have to ask yourself is, are you okay living with this iPhone 8 screen? To me, the OLED bigger display on the iPhone 12 is worth the upgrade itself. I mean, it's so much more colorful, richer colors, deeper blacks, whiter whites, and just bigger and more screen real estate. To me, that's worth upgrading by itself, but that's not to say that this display is bad. I mean, it's still a very good display, but again, it's much smaller, not quite as bright. So if you're okay with that, I mean, the iPhone 8 is still a pretty good bargain. And even though I am running the latest iOS 14.1 on the iPhone 8, it does have some hiccups. It has an older processor. It doesn't quite keep up all the time. There is some times where you have to do a quick restart to get it to stop stuttering or stop freezing up. So there's some issues with that, but overall I think it still performs well. All right, so would I recommend the iPhone 8? I think for someone that's looking for a good, used, cheap phone on eBay or a marketplace, this is still a very good phone. It's still snappy, doesn't have nearly as nice of a display as the newer phones do, but if you can live with that, this is still a really good phone. But if you're someone that has the iPhone 8 already and you're wondering if you should upgrade to the iPhone 12, the things I will say is that the iPhone 12 will be faster in most things, and it's not night and day difference, but it's like 1 to 2 seconds like you saw in the tests. Faster apps, faster games launching and getting into gameplays a little bit faster, that sort of thing. So like I said, not night and day, but definitely a little bit of a speed increase in most things. The thing that I think might be worth the upgrade in itself is the display. The 6.1 inch display, the OLED display, is just so much better than the iPhone 8 display, and it's not something you can really tell unless you have them side by side, or if you've been using the iPhone 8 for a long time and then you get the iPhone 12, you're like, wow, this display is just so much better, and I think it's worth the upgrade in itself. So I hope this video helps you decide whether you want to upgrade from the iPhone 8 to the iPhone 12, or if you just want to buy the iPhone 8 used off of eBay. I still think it's a really great phone. I still think it's snappy. If you can live with the smaller and lower resolution display, I still think it's a really great phone. So thanks again for watching, guys, and stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a few more comparisons. I have the iPhone 10. I'm going to be comparing to the iPhone 12 as well. And then I also have the latest iPad Air that I'll be reviewing too. So stick around, subscribe for those ones. Thanks again. We'll catch you on the next one.